Hmm. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna wait for some people to get here. It says it's waiting for the stream to start. We're gonna wait for some people to get here, and basically we're gonna talk about what's been happening, man. You know, everybody's upset at this lady, and I got a chance to watch the fight multiple times, and the way I feel. But in the meantime, let's do. Are we still streaming?
The ocean usually wins in that battle. Where the money's going to come back there for a rematch? I mean, there's no other way to. How could I stand here all week and say that it's going to be a controversial?
Things were going well, so there's something going on. But basically, we can still talk, but I just can't play the content that I wanted to play for you to, like highlights and everything. So I'm going to talk a little low, dealing with some health issues. So in the meantime, I'm going to say this. I got a chance to rewatch the fight multiple times. Hold on, what is this? The very last time I watched the fight, I was watching Adalaide Byrd in particular, you know, and I was watching what she was watching, and basically I feel like this. Here's the issue: people feel that it was a close fight. I feel it was a close fight. The issue is, where did she get 118, 110 from? That means she scored 10 rounds for Canelo, 2 rounds for Golovkin, only 2. That's the issue. Not necessarily that, you know, it was a draw, because truth be told, people are crying corruption. People are like, yo, how does this keep happening with Canelo in Vegas, or more importantly, in Canelo's big fights? Canelo versus Mayweather, CJ Ross, 114. Canelo versus Austin Trout. I forgot that guy's name. Levi something, Martinez, I believe. You know, if you look at even Canelo versus Khan card before he got knocked out. Basically, there's just controversial cards for Canelo, but in particular in Vegas. So when we see some of these cards, and if you see how close judges be to the action, that's her right there. Hold on, let me pull up the comments. That's her right there. Some process taking up CPU. Yeah, but I don't know what it is. No, but remember, we used all this stuff. We had a flawless Mayweather versus McGregor stream, and the streams we had after that. So something happened. I don't know what it is. So I gotta figure it out, because it's slowing things down, and it's like really messing with my work. So this is very important, since I'm not gonna be going anywhere for a while. I gotta fix this. You know, and no, my internet is top notch. My internet is the best internet you can get. You know, so it's not that. I just gotta figure out what it is. But anyway, you see how close, like, she is to the action? You know, so as I said, the last time I was watching a fight, I was watching Canelo Golovkin. I was watching her, and it just seems as though she was following Canelo more than Golovkin. But it's like this: when you cry corruption, or if you say that you know there's corruption, how? I would like to know, like, what is it? Like, do they call up Adalaide Byrd, or does somebody call up the judges and be like, yo, what's up, Adalaide? You know, just do what you got to do. Make some shit happen. We'll give you some extra bridges. Because it's like, how can they say that, well, the judges need to have noise-canceling headphones? Shouldn't boxing, I said this before, shouldn't boxing judges be like the ultimate at, like, because... Okay, in my personal opinion, I feel like Golovkin done. I mean, I feel like Golovkin won. Let's see if we can. Let's see if that's going to help. I must have messed with something and didn't know that I was fucking with it. So what I'm doing is I'm slowly closing. I'm going to have to edit all this out. All right, so this is what I'm going to have to do, guys. Listen. If I can't keep fooling around with this, and also support for this program that I've been using, a paid program, by the way, and wonder why and ask them why I'm having so many issues, you know, when I wasn't having issues just a week ago, and nothing has changed, you know. So here's my little message to what's going on. After we get this situation sorted, because this is a major issue, I am going to be starting a podcast. You know, we're going to accelerate and have the podcast started November. Message to what's going on in November. So we got a lot going on. Accelerate. So far it's looking like things are stable. Are things stable on your end? Yeah, I got to upgrade to the i7. That's what I got to do. I got to get the i7. But that's what I'm already going to get. You know, I got a laptop that I ordered, but I didn't want to have it delivered, or I didn't want to pay for it until I got back from Vegas. I got a gaming PC. So can you guys, it seems to me you should be getting better signal, because I've cut everything off. Like nothing is running in the background except this. Now here's the thing: if I was to stream without using this program, I wouldn't lag, but I wouldn't be able to use like this. So that's what I think I'm going to do. It should be getting better. So let's give it a couple of minutes before we start talking. You know, and like shoot fat a little bit. So let's give it like 3 minutes. So we want to talk about in this 3 or 4 minutes, because right now I'm watching the stream health, and I got a little graph that's showing like the bit rate or whatever that shit is going up and down. You know, so let's give it a little bit of time. So basically, since you guys don't have any questions, or if you do, what we're doing is we're waiting to see what the stream health is going to be, and if the stream health so far says it's in the green. If it's in the red, it's bad. So far it's been about a minute, and it's saying that we're good. You know, so we can start soon. So, I'm debating whether I should. Okay, well, I go to the doctor tomorrow, so I'll know then if I'll be able to go to the Wilder versus Ortiz press conferences on Wednesday. It's official. You know, so what else? I have an ulcer. Over the last like 3 months, I've been stressing. I've replaced my anti-anxiety medication with alcohol. That was no good, so I'm not going to be drinking for a long ass time. That was no good. I learned my lesson. You know, I had one of those whatever happens in Vegas stays in Vegas like things. So I got a lot going on. There's a lot we got to do. So far the stream should be not lagging, right? We can start talking soon. I'm waiting. I'm testing all of this out. So you're going to see some major changes as far as we are getting, the website is active. You know, the website is active now. I'm going to go ahead and pay these people to revamp it a little bit. We're going to get this merchandise rolled out, and basically I'm going to go back to, like, I was doing really, really good, like, when I was being a hermit. It wasn't until I started going back out into the world where shit started fucking up. Okay, so how's this stream? Can somebody give me a update? Like, has the stream quality been good since we started talking about 3 minutes ago? Mario, shut the fuck up. Or get the fuck out. Ain't nothing changed with that. I'll still curse you out. Mario said, T, let's keep it boxing, bro. Don't mean to be an ass, but it's about boxing. First of all, well, maybe you're new. Maybe you're new. We was having some technical difficulties, so we're waiting to see if the stream quality is going to last for 5 minutes. So far, it's been 3 minutes. Good audio to video lags. I'm talking about in the last 3 minutes, though. In the last 3 minutes, has it lagged? You see what I'm saying? The stream is all, I'm asking you, is it all good now? Yes, I lowered the resolution. The stream is not 920p. We're at like 854 by 480. So long story short, if you go back and look at, you know, the videos I did the week of Mayweather-McGregor and my Mayweather-McGregor post-fight video, we did good. You know, we had no issues, no nothing. I'm using the same setup and everything. So something has happened over the last week where some shit is going on my computer, I guess. Well, we're just gonna start anyway because on my end, it's been in the green for the last 3 minutes. So, I don't know if it's gonna be a rematch. Now, of course, we're being told, you know, that, you know, they're going to go and, you know, execute the rematch. But do you really believe it? And if it does happen, it's not going to happen until May. You know? So Canelo has now taken over the September, May, you know, but May, man, I mean, I want to see it and everything, but May just seems too damn far, don't it? You know? And what if Golovkin's team don't want to stay out till May? What if they want to take like a little interim bout or something? If they're smart, they'll stay out till May. But remember, they had a verbal agreement before. Do they really want to take their chances and wait? Hey, Kenneth Cole, I've noticed that when I see you comment, like you're not a real account. You're somebody else trying to act like you're somebody. So no, all those videos are still around, but they got blocked because of the music playing in the background. You know, from being in a casino and shit. So that was whack. But anyway, the reason why Pacquiao's picture is up there is because that's Adalaide Byrd. I wanted to show you like how close like she is to the ring. Y'all see how close she beats to the action? And she seems kind of tall because sometimes you'll see her like leaning like in like the ring. You know? It seems like they leaving like in the ring, like she be leaning in the ring. But as I was saying earlier, they only have one perspective. You see what I'm saying? They only have one, like they don't have like teleprompters or anything like that. But what I don't like is how like excuses keep being made for them. You know, they make excuses like well, you know, maybe the judges got, you know, influenced by the crowd noise. And it's like, yo, you're a professional boxing judge. If we fans, right, and we watching all the sport, we watching all the fights, if we know not to get influenced by the crowd noise, then obviously the judges need to know not to get influenced by the crowd noise, right? Right? So how do we know like that, you know, oh, well, you know, when the boxer gets hit and the sweat flies off their head, it don't mean it was a hard punch or it could have missed. You know, how do we know? You know? So, you know, this is really actually started something for me that I remember this was about three years ago when I started like really studying like the sanctioning body rules, like what it means, like the mandatories, the international titles, the interim titles and everything. I'm gonna do the same thing with like boxing judges. I want to know like what's their training, you know, I want to know what's their training. You know, I want to know like what process they have to go through. You know, and as I said that before, that boxing judges are easily accessible. Like I've been at events where you can see, you'll be just in the back waiting for boxers, right? You know, you get your little interviews in the back as they come to the back, and you be eating and everything with the judges. The judges come right back. You know, a judge will be sitting literally right back. I know in the Barclays Center, right? You know, where I shoot my videos at, you can go see, because I'll be streaming back there. You can see like the judges just be right there. You know, so I'd be thinking like, you know, you have well-known people, and it's not just fans or media crying robbery. You have boxers and promoters and managers saying robbery. So I'm saying, I mean, meaning like, you know, like corruption, not robbery, corruption. So I'm thinking like they must know like that it's possible to corrupt these judges. They must know. So I've been really heavily researching this lady and trying to comb the internet to find out who she is, as far as I'm thinking like, you know, because I'm watching her and it look like she's really watching the fight. She's watching, she like this, like in the ring. You know, she's watching the fight. So I'm thinking like, I did notice that she was watching more Canelo than Golovkin. Like she was following Canelo, but it's like, I don't, you know, we got to learn. And that's going to be something that I'm going to, you know, like research. We got to learn like how, like, what's the training for these judges? What's the training, you know? We got to learn that. So therefore, we'll be to look and see, because it's like 118, 110. I mean, I just don't see how. That's the issue. It's not really the other two cards, the 114 or the 115, 113. You can see those, especially if you're an educated boxing fan who knows what and what not to look for. In my opinion, Golovkin won. But I can see how they gave it to, I can see how, you know, they would have gave it to Canelo. But if you really, really look at it, they technically did Golovkin a favor, because they could have just flat out robbed him. He still got his O. He got that 0-1 though, but he still got his O. They could have just flat out robbed his ass. So it's like, where did the 118, 110? That's 10 rounds to 2, ladies and gentlemen. There's 10 rounds to 2. You know? It's just where, like, how, lady? That's what I'm thinking, like, how? Like, it's just so outrageous. Like, it's just so completely outrageous. She gave the last 5 rounds to him. The last 5. What in the blue hell, man? What in the blue hell? So, you know, going into the fight, we were saying the same thing. You know, as far as, like, even Abel Sanchez said, it's like, yo, you know, it's going to be hard for Golovkin to get a decision against Canelo in Vegas. You know? If it is not her, gonna be someone else. She has a crush on Canelo. Well, no, man. It just seems bad, because I'm thinking, I'm not the type of person, right, to like say somebody on some corrupt shit or somebody did some shit they're not supposed to be doing without like really researching that shit, you know? So I'm trying to think like, man, is this really, T-Street, do you think they should do replays like in other sports? See, I think that the whole boxing, okay, here's what, like, this is what we need to learn. We need to learn, like, do these boxing judges have like boxing judge conventions, like where they go over like new shit? You know, like, for example, when they started implementing the zone defense, you know, like back in the NBA, and teams started really using it basically to stop Allen Iverson. You know, this was years and years ago. The referees had to like go through like a different type of training and shit to get used to like the different style of play. Like this NBA shit, they even did it for flopping. You know, this NBA shit is softer than it used to be. So I'm wondering, do these judges, like, do they be having like, you know, like brush up courses, or do once you a judge, like basically once you sign a theory of that power, He was worried about those Canelo body shots. He was worried about them. He was worried about those Canelo's body shots, the Canelo uppercut, but 110. And as I told you, for those who don't know, the last 2 times I watched the fight over the last 6 hours or so, I was specifically watching CJ Ross and what she was watching. So I was following her. You know, I wasn't even watching the fight. I was watching her to see what she was watching. And she was into it. So it's like, once again, where did 118, 110 come from, lady? Maybe, I said maybe she needed a new script for her glasses. Maybe. Maybe she had the bad glass, you know. Maybe it was the hoop earrings. Who knows? For the people, listen, I respect people's opinions. But the majority feel that he beat Jacobs. The majority feel that he beat Canelo. Already his resume is better than people, you know, was talking about it was 2 years ago. So he's got Canelo on his resume in a fight that the majority, right? That's why all this controversy is that's why all this controversy is. There's not controversy because, you know, like, it would have been super controversy if Canelo would have won. It's controversy because Golovkin didn't win. We get more controversy when we have a bullshit robbery. You know, than if a fight goes by knockout. We get more exposure for the sport, which is bad, but it's like, it's fucked up, especially since this is the first fight after Mayweather-McGregor and we see some shit like this. Like, would you have been okay if her scorecard was 114, 114, or 115, 113 too? Right? But it's like 118, 110? What the hell, lady? What the hell, Miss Byrd? But it's the bird's eye view. She had that bird's eye view, and we found out that the bird is the word. It is true that the bird is the word. So now I'm thinking, like, man, truth be told, I don't think that the rematch is going to happen. I don't think that the rematch is going to happen. The stream is going offline. Yeah, we gotta fix this. We gotta fix this. I'm gonna dedicate. I've cleaned my whole crib up. I've cooked dinner for the next 2 days. Got a doctor's appointment tomorrow. If I go to New York on Wednesday, I'll be catching the train, even though I don't want to spend that money. I'll be catching the train to the Wednesday is the Wilder Ortiz press conference. You know. So I thought about it. I'm not going to retire. I'm just going to after this year, I'm likely not going to go to any more fights. I'm just going to send my opinion. And the who comes over here, nobody knows who he is, but I do. And we're going to do a video on it after I fix what's going on with this. That's supposed to be my next video. That's supposed to be my next video. Yeah, the fights I plan on going to, and these likely going to be the last fights I'm going to go to unless I like meet somebody to fight or something, is going to be the Lara Goucher fight, Wilder Ortiz, Rigondeaux Loma, and maybe the Kovalev fight. Maybe the Kovalev fight. And that's it. So it's just, yeah, it says the stream is still lagging. I don't know what's going on. That's where the money is. What do you mean? You know, now it's like this. This outcome has messed up, you know, Billy Joe Saunders, you know, future. It messed up what's going on with David Lemieux, what's going on with Miguel Cotto, you know, because now we got to figure out what's going on with these guys' rematch. Cotto said he wants GGG in December. Of course, you're probably going to say that now. Canelo next fight should be Lara. Yeah, right. That's never happening again. That is never. It's going to push for it to happen. You see, they was already selling the rematch. They was already selling the rematch. Yup. David Jacobs out in the cold. Billy Joe Saunders out in the cold. David Lemieux out in the cold. Miguel Cotto out in the cold. No, it's not. No, the rematch is not automatic. The rematch was automatic out of Golovkin. How though? I mean, he got better as the fight went on. He got better as the fight went on. I don't think that Canelo ran. He fought the fight he was supposed to fight, because if he would have stood there in front of Golovkin, you know, but it was that sometimes he was just getting off the ropes at just the right times. You know, like he was just getting off the ropes at just the right times. I was impressed with his movement. But if you notice, like he was fighting, especially the second half of the fight, he was fighting in burst. You know, and that's why I just can't understand, how did this lady get 118, 110? That's the issue. 118, 110. How? How? Where'd you get that from, lady? 118, 110. Where'd you get that from? What about the pill he took at the weigh-in? I didn't see the weigh-in. I was on a plane when the weigh-in was on, or I had just got home. Like when the weigh-in. Oh yeah, we did a stream on the weigh-in. I gotta figure out what happened. Why no body shots? And that's true. You know, Golovkin made a big mistake by not going to the body early, because if he would have invested in the body, you know, early and continued that along with the jab, then there's a good chance he would have stopped Canelo. But you know how they say, woulda, coulda, shoulda. You know, woulda, coulda, shoulda. But you know, like I can see what things Golovkin can do to win the rematch. I don't know how much differently Canelo can fight to win the rematch. Fights, and then we're going to meet again in September. You know, of course, to see if Golovkin gets a little older, and also Golovkin has some mandatories he's got to fight. You know, yeah, he's never been knocked down and he's never been stunned. He wasn't stunned in this fight. You can tell he was respecting the power, but he was never stunned. Fuck a rematch. I'll stream that shit. That's fucked up, bro. Why would you say that? That's messed up. I'm interested to see what the numbers is for this fight. I'm interested to see. But Golden Boy is very good at like politics. So I wouldn't be surprised if they do have a rematch, but it wouldn't be until September. You know, you would like to see Canelo versus Saunders and then unify with Golovkin? Yeah, that makes sense, because he can get that belt if he beats Billy Joe, of course. GG walked right through Canelo's punches. Yeah, he definitely did. He was walking through them shits. Remember that three-piece combination Canelo hit him with? What round was that? Was that round like 9 or something? And like Golovkin didn't move. He's like whack, 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 and just kept doing his little shit. You know? That must have been, you know, some shit for Canelo to see that. Like, yo, what the fuck? And he's still chasing me? I'll say it again. He was literally chasing Canelo at one point in time. Canelo was having to show some defensive. What happens to Charlo? Well, here's the thing. If Golovkin doesn't fight, I believe the IBF mandatory is next, and then WBC Charlo, and then the WBA again. You know, so I believe it could, truth be told, you know, Al Heyman can throw a whole fucking monkey wrench into all this shit and be like, all right, listen, fuck that rematch clause. You know, like, get my fighter, you know, Jamal his title shot. Yeah, his defense was superb. I just don't think that he won the fight. Like, in my opinion, Golovkin won a close fight. The issue that everyone is having is like, how did you get 118, 110, lady? Like, where did that lady get 118, 110? Where'd she get that from? Where'd she get that from? That makes no sense. People was looking at that shit like, yo, like, is this lady serious? 118, 110 for real? Hold on 1 minute. That's stupid. Canelo got the judges in his pocket. Yeah, you know, she got it from Oscar's bank account. I mean, that's what the people are saying. I'm not saying that the people are saying it. And it's the people that are the most important. Canelo ran rounds 1 and 7 and 8 other rounds. The fight was slight running nonetheless. You know, he was moving. It wasn't like me. He was moving his ass off though. Abel says she had filled her card at home before the fight. What? What's that supposed to mean? Oh, yeah. Fill out her card. Like her scorecard. No, I was watching her. She was filling out her scorecard in between rounds. I was watching her. I was watching her. After round, she'd look at Canelo, give him this look of lust, and then she'd just go like put a low number down. She liked Canelo. That's her friend. She one of them old heads that like, if I was younger, but he don't know what I'd do to him. Adalaide Byrd. I wonder if Rob know. I wonder if Rob know that she out there, you know. Yeah, Golovkin headhunted all night. That's what I was saying. If Golovkin would have went to the body or invested in the body early with the headhunting later on in the fight, and with Canelo slowing down, he could have likely stopped Canelo in the later rounds. But once again, woulda, coulda, shoulda. Woulda, coulda, shoulda. Woulda, coulda, shoulda. Woulda, coulda, shoulda. Canelo. It just may be too far from him. Maybe he may consider going back down Canelo weight. You know? Maybe he needs to go down to Canelo weight. You know, where he belongs. It's just too much for him. It's just too much for him. What do you think of these other boxer channels who never saw GGG win? What do you mean? For one, I don't watch other people's channels. Not anymore. Stopped that like years ago. Like I'll watch like the first like few seconds or so. Maybe 30 seconds, and I just get like, you know, can't do it. He would have left himself open to the Canelo uppercut, but toward the end of the fight, he ate 3 clean uppercuts, if I'm correct. You know, so eventually he stopped fearing the uppercut. I don't want to get hit with that uppercut though. That uppercut looked like it will fuck. You know, I wish I was able to use like my I don't know what's going on. My stuff is going to slow the video, the content down, but. Wish we could watch the weigh-in, but it's something about Canelo taking some type of pill. You know, y'all saw there wasn't no second-day weigh-in, right? They ain't step on those scales. How much you think Canelo weighed? I would say like 178, 175, something. See, Canelo is big all around. Pause. Now, I'm talking about like lower body, pause, and upper body, pause. You know? He's a little big 5'7" mother effer. You know? GGG doesn't have good footwork, stalking, but knowing none of cut. No, he do know how to cut off the ring. Nah, we saw him cutting off the ring. It wasn't that he just was like Canelo was just circling. What was going on is Golovkin would get him there. Want to listen to it right now? We could. I really didn't think nothing, you know. Yo, y'all didn't pay for this fight. We paid during the build up to Golovkin versus Jacobs. It's like, yo, everybody counting out here. You have to think like, yo, how is this scoring so messed up? Something is wrong. Something is wrong. How is this scoring so messed up? You know? Canelo cheated on the scale, but this